What's up and welcome, guys, to One Oak Mentoring, the number one, numero uno virtual mentoring team virtual mentoring program, service, session, company, business, entity, corporation of all times. Hope y'all doing all right today, man. I'm having a pretty good day. Today, man, I'm gonna be bringing y'all another group home tales, man. This one's gonna be kind of short, man, but my group home tales are just basically just to kind of show people, like the stuff I go through. Well, not the stuff I go through, the stuff I went through at certain group homes throughout my life, man. So, all right, man, let's get into it. So, at one particular group home I was working at, man, of course I love the group home, and all that stuff. But they had this specific rule about like frontline staff, right? Which is like not administrative staff, like they're not supposed to play basketball with the kids, because we might get hurt, right? So it's for insurance purposes. But the thing that kind of just like for me, the thing about it is like, okay, we're at a group home, and a lot of the times, well, not a lot of the times, but part of the job is like sometimes having to physically restrain a kid. So, there would be like something like maybe like getting a kid in a headlock, or, getting them in one of these chokeholds and just kind of just dragging them off. I'm just playing with you, man. I'm just playing. I ain't trying to catch no case, man. Y'all don't do that, right? But I just found it funny that, we're not supposed to play basketball with the kids because we can get hurt, but it's all the way out with, it's all the way up when you're talking about like, restraining kids and doing stuff like that, right? So I'm just like, man, I'm pretty sure playing basketball with these kids probably be a little bit more safer than, actually physically having to grab a kid, and trying to restrain them so they won't hurt themselves or hurt anybody. But what do I know, man? I'm just a group home worker, man, that's only been doing it for 8 years. Well, one particular place 8 years, but I've been doing it over a decade, man. So all right, but anyway, so I'm kind of thinking this rule is kind of crazy, man. But me being one of hey, sometimes I would definitely still go play basketball with them. Playing basketball, man, that's kind of what like a lot of the days what kind of like made the job worth it, man. You get a good workout, even while you showing your skills off. So I'm hitting all kind of threes on the kids. I'm breaking ankles and stuff like that. That's the only time I really hurt a kid, when I had to break their ankles on the court. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, man, I never really had any problems like that, right? So, man, just playing ball, just always, fun to me. There's several places for us to play ball. They got, outside court, and then they got a gym where you can take them and you can ball, man. Just like the group home living, right? Great life, right? Real fun. So throughout the years, I was kind of just, still like, depending on where we were, I would still, play with the guys, go play with them, just having a real good time, man. Because when you playing basketball with them, man, you can like create like a bond with them, right? You know what I'm saying? Just like say this has happened to me a couple times. Like a kid, we might not even really be seeing eye to eye. Like, not saying we don't like each other, but we just not, we just don't click. A lot of times, man, we'll get on the same basketball team and, start, we have a common goal. Like, we're trying to win. We're all trying to win, right? So, man, just like I've made so many bonds with, residents and, the guys, just by, just like being on the same team, all right, we're a team. So we're going to work together, right? So, I've made so many bonds, with that, doing that, right? So this particular day, man, I think it was like a Saturday. Yeah, I know it was Saturday for sure, right? So, man, it's hot out there, man. And, once again, man, I'm on the court, man, and I'm backing them down, man. I'm dunking. I'm doing layups, man. Crossover, triple doubles, steals, man, you can call it, man. Impeccable defense, blocks, fouls, everything, man. Today was my day, man. I was just clicking, right? Everything was going great for me, right? And so, I'm just playing. I'm like, oh man, this is wonderful. Like, you know what I mean? So All right, so we in this real intense game, and like we like down, like we like it's like game point, right? And if y'all know, well, it's game point and we tied. So if y'all don't know what game point is, it's like the next point wins, right, or whatever. So, all right. Well, normally we would be playing deuces, which y'all probably don't know what deuces is. You got to win by 2, but I was at the group home today, man. You know them boys don't play by the regular rules. So, all right, man. So the next point wins, right? So I remember it like it was yesterday, man. So, you know, man, my teammate, you know, he crossed over, came up, hit it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, man, we about to win this. Boom, straight brick, right? But it bounced, and it bounced towards us, right? And where it was coming towards, it was like maybe like, oh man, maybe like 6 of us, like all around there, right? So the ball, so he bricked, right? So I'm kind of mad a little bit, y'all know. Man, how you brick on game point, right? So he bricked, the ball coming, right? So you know me, you know, the great athlete that I am, you know, impeccable athlete that I am. You know, man, me jumping, you know, the hops is nothing, man. So, you know, I jump up there, you know, like I'm, you know, AD or something like that, you know, so I just jump up. And it's like we all jumped in the air, right? So it's like 6 guys in the air, like this. And I felt the ball. But I didn't feel it how I want to. When my hand was in the air, I felt a sharp pain. Like as soon as I touched the ball, I felt a sharp pain. Just rivet all the way up. I'm like, right? So you know when something happens, well, you know, of course, if you're used to playing ball, man, you know you're gonna jam your finger, stuff like that, right? You know, ain't nothing, you know, you gotta be tough to be playing ball, right? So I know, you know, it's a possibility that I can jam my finger, right? So I'm jump, I feel like a pain in my hand, right? But I'm not, you know, I'm just like, I probably done jam my finger, right? So now this is all in like a split second. Y'all know how I like to break things down and like tell the mind frames in like a split second, right? So when I'm jumping, I'm like, my finger, I'm thinking in my head like, my finger jammed. So I come down, right? So I'm like, oh man, let me look and see what the damage is, right? So it was my my pinky finger, right? So now, let's see. Well, it wasn't this hand, it was this hand. So, when I come down and, you know, my reaction is to look at my finger, right? So when I looked at my pinky finger, this right here, right? I almost passed out. This, like, right, okay. This part of my finger, right? From right here, this section, stay with me now. This section, all this right here was turned like that, right? Now, of course, we all have had our traumatic situations in life. You know, man, everybody, you know, goes through traumatic situations, but I've never been in that kind of situation where I'm looking at a limb of my limb and it's like turned. Like, you know how on Major Pain where he said, you want me to help you with some of that? Take your mind off that pain? You might feel a little pressure. And the dude finger be like all the way up. When I seen it, like for a split second, man, I went insane. But I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be disfigured for the rest of my life. But then it snapped back into me. Someone was like, hey man, I don't know if God just sent just a signal to my brain. He was like, man, pull it. So within a second, I look. Whew. It was like a tendon burn. Like, you know, when you pull something, So I pulled it and I'm like, oh man, dang. So now if you see well, it's not that bad anymore. But if you look, this pinky right here, it's kind of like off a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see now, right? I'm not sticking y'all a birdie or anything, right? But this one, because you can see how this one's kind of like, and that one's just straight up. Here's the regular one. Here's the screwed up one. Now this happened years ago, right? So I pull it back in place and everybody's like, hey man, what's wrong with you? And I was like, man, my finger, man, I think my finger was about to fall off, man. It was like turned over like that. And I was like, oh man, you all right, man? You all right? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm good. You know, I'm good. So, you know, I'm sitting down And then the supervisor, or the staff in charge, that's what we call them on the weekend. She comes up, she like, hey, you need anything for your finger? You know, you need me to put like a splint on it or something like that? I'm like, nah, man, I'm good, man. You know how. Yeah, I mean, I'm a tough guy, man. So I don't need all that, man. Come on now, it's ONEOK we talking about here, right? So, and then she says, well, yeah, do you want me to write it up and let them know? No. I mean, I wasn't supposed to be playing anyway, man. So you think I'm just gonna like write that up just so they can be like, see, I told you, this is why we don't let, but I mean, it's been years ago, man. My poor little pinky has healed as much as it can. I did not go to the doctor, man. I mean, stuff costs a lot of money. When you tough as me, man, you don't really need to go to the doctor as much when you tough as nails, right? All right, man. That was just my little group home tale, but I guess the moral of that story, well, I don't really do the morals on the group home stories, but I mean, sometimes, man, you just got to shake it off, The reason, I always thought it was a stupid rule for them to be like, oh, well, you can't play because you're, and then I actually did get injured, but, luckily I was, tough enough for it to not really affect me, and yes, I kept playing ball with them here and there, so, that's pretty much it, man. It's been a group home tales, man. Hope y'all having a great day, man. This is ONEOK, and I know y'all like, man, he over here shining. Hey, that's how ONEOK do, man. Nah, I'm just joking, man. Y'all have a great day, man. I care about y'all.